As the movie begins, a woman is locked away in a large block of ice. Legend tells of a fox spirit who saved the life of a human 500 years ago. But this went against the laws of the spirit world, imprisoning her in an ice abyss. One day, a bird spirit approaches after being attracted to her beautiful human face. He pecks at the ice, breaking it open and freeing the spirit after hundreds of years of slumber. Finally free, she races through the mountains and valleys along with the bird spirit. While this was happening, a wealthy man and woman are being escorted through the lands by slaves. They flirt inside their carriage until a mysterious woman appears behind the man and pierces her hand through his chest, yanking his heart out through his back. Although spirits exist in this world, the humans refer to them as demons. The two spirit women are sisters, and they are seeking a man who will willingly give them his heart. This man was punished as he was lying about his affections and was only trying to sate his lust. Months pass as we then cut to a woman being chased by several men on horseback. When she stumbles, a mysterious figure arrives to her aid and slays the attacking horseman with considerable skill and brutality. She looks at him, obviously turned on by this, and he rides back to save her. Shockingly, once they are gone, the bodies of all the men suddenly dissipate into smoke, and snakes slither out from their corpses. That night, she introduces herself as Xiaowei. She thanks him for saving her and promises to now follow and serve him as repayment. Trained as an entertainer, she sings for him at a campfire in the night, but strangely, as she sings, the surrounding area suddenly becomes covered in ice as it crawls toward them like a living creature. When it begins to freeze the woman, he rushes to her aid as protection, causing the ice to recede. She tries seducing the man in response, but he rejects her advances and removes himself. While sleeping, the sinister woman then summons a scorpion out of the shadows. It crawls into the man's armor, causing him to flail about and fall from a rock. Then the second sister arrives in a puff of fire. She wants to devour the man with her sister, but they are surprised to find that it is in fact a woman, not a man. Sparing him, we then cut to the following day, as they arrive at a city called the White City. A local man tells a tale of demons to a group of children and how they tempt human hearts. They look like people, but they put you under their spell and eat you. But apparently, they have tools called demon capture bottles. They illuminate when demons are near, and only by devouring human hearts can they maintain their human appearance. After the kids leave, the man suddenly notices that his bottle is starting to glow. Shocked, he follows it to the demon sisters. In a separate courtyard of the city, the local military is training with their crew. We are introduced to General Huo, a skilled warrior who leads the men. He then takes his crew to meet their royal leader, which turns out to be the woman who saved the fox demon. She scolds him in front of his men, as it seems the two of them have a past relationship. That night, the man with the demon bottle approaches the Lord's palace. He tries to talk his way past the guards, but is kicked out immediately. Simultaneously, a feast is being thrown by the leader for the men. When the fox leader dances in entertainment, she releases several spirits into the void, which begin to corrupt the men. Unfortunately, when the masked leader sees General Huo begin to embrace the dancer, she threatens to kill her. Later that evening, the second demon sister is walking through the town square. When she is approached by two men with nefarious intentions, the man with the demon bottle steps in and saves her. He quickly has the crap kicked out of him by the two men, leading to the woman ripping out the heart of one of her assailants. Shocked by this, he realizes the woman is a demon. Knowing he tried to save her, she lets the man go and disappears into thin air. When he looks up, only a single feather is left behind. When he wakes the next day, she is looking at him curiously in her human form. Although he is shocked that she is a demon, she seems friendly, and the two become friends. In another location, General Huo and the princess walk along a local beach. Years ago, they were close friends, and he saved her from an attack from a wild bear. Being in love with him ever since, he never accepted her love, as he was just a simple guard. She then orders him to remove the mask she wears on his face, but he is unable to do so as he blames himself for her scarring. Rejecting her advances, he orders the princess to leave, where she rides away on horseback. Over at the royal court of the Tianlang state, a ritual is being performed by a dark priest. After reporting the whereabouts of the princess, they speak of a prophecy which will awaken a powerful god. They order for the preparation of war as the princess throws herself from a cliff in her despair. While sinking to the bottom, the mysterious fox spirit comes to her aid and saves her. When she awakens, the demon asks the princess for help. Apparently, she has a special body constitution which can save her from being imprisoned in ice once again. She whispers poison into the princess's ear, driving a wedge between her and General Huo by claiming he rejects her based on her looks. By swapping appearances, the two of them can test the general and see if this is true. In a magic ritual, the fox spirit removes her human form and gives her beauty to the princess. With the two of them changing bodies, she must return within 12 hours, or her previous skin will be lost. With her new appearance, she approaches the general in the middle of the night. After the two of them briefly converse and get into a fight, they end up sleeping together on the beach. The following day, the monster hunter with his glowing bottle is chatting with the bird demon. He is excited to finally meet a real demon and claims he wants to become one himself. She is surprised by this, as most demons want to become humans, but he wants the reverse. He explains to her that during a solar eclipse, humans and demons can swap places. But the demon must have a human heart freely offered to them. The bird then reveals that if the fox demon isn't a human by the time of the coming eclipse, she will die, revealing why she is trying to steal the heart of the princess and General Huo. We then see the princess and the fox talking with each other, back in their regular skin. The fox spirit offers her appearance to the princess permanently, but in return, she wants to borrow the princess's heart. This trade will let her be with the general. Suddenly, the general appears at the door. The princess orders him to kill the fox demon, but he refuses her order and even goes as far as to defend her. In her rage, she then beats the crap out of the general in response. Though she wants to kill him, she hesitates, and a large consort of men arrive at the gate, interrupting the fight. In a political move, the princess is then ordered by the messenger with a royal decree to marry a faraway prince named Tianlang. She has 5 days to make her way to the palace and prepare for the wedding. In front of everyone, she then declines the wedding and claims that General Huo has already bedded her. They try to execute him, but are stopped when they realize Tianlang's army is fast approaching. The dark priest continues performing bizarre rituals as the prince approaches the castle with a vast army of men. When they arrive at the gates, they are rebuffed by General Huo and challenged to a 1-versus-1 battle. A huge warrior then rushes out and begins to attack the general. The two of them engage in an epic battle as the man uses his brute-like strength to try and overpower General Huo. Thankfully, the general is too skilled and quickly dispatches him. The priest then sends forward several beast-like men who crawl upon the ground. They engage in a fierce battle as archers also shoot him from behind enemy lines. Realizing it is an unfair fight, a second warrior from White Castle comes to the aid of the general. They repel the invading warriors until the archers release a massive volley of arrows at the city. The second warrior pushes the general aside and blocks the oncoming arrows to save his life. The army marches forward, only for the princess to appear on the top of the city walls. If they leave the city and General Huo alive, she will marry the prince in 3 days. Otherwise, she will kill herself at that very moment. The army agrees and returns. Inside the castle, the princess finds the fox spirit frozen in ice. The spirit reveals that she was once betrayed by a human she loved and was imprisoned for 500 years. Realizing there is no other option, she agrees to switch skins with the fox so she can be with General Huo. The fox will then marry the prince in her place. When she awakens in her new form, she once again seduces the general while he recovers from his injuries. The princess, who is actually the demon, goes to the foreign kingdom to marry the mysterious prince. Unfortunately, when she arrives, she realizes the prince is the dead man she ripped the heart from at the start of the film. They plan to remove the princess's heart and transplant it into the prince. And without her powers, she can do nothing to stop this dark ritual. The princess then wanders through the night with her new body. Realizing her new strange abilities, she is overwhelmed by the new sensations and attacks the fake monster hunter in the streets. Only later, when he meets up with the bird demon, does he learn of the plot with real princess. He rushes to find General Huo and explains that she swapped skins with the fox demon. This causes all the recent events to fall into place as he rushes from the city to go find her. Locating her in a dungeon, he stops her from eating the heart of one of the prisoners and finalizing her transformation. He confesses his love for her and proceeds to cut out his eyes with his sword. Now being blind, he will no longer be tempted by the beauty of a demon. The two then set off to save the fox demon with their army. He's blind, but he can somehow ride a horse. Just go along with it. I don't know. The dark priest and his army are then seen preparing for the eclipse, getting ready for the upcoming ritual. But to their shock, the White City army invades, with the help of the bird spirit and the monster hunter. Before the ritual can be completed, the bird spirit flies in and saves the fox from the priest. Unfortunately, the priest is also a skilled warrior and overpowers the two of them with his sword. After a few quick slashes, he kills the bird demon as she explodes into an array of light before the monster hunter's eyes. General Huo then enters the room and begins to battle the priest. While initially overpowered, he manages to cut off his arm with the help from the monster hunter. By using his glowing gourd, he summons the last vestiges of the bird spirit, which appears with a flock of birds and devours the dark priest. The two of them then save the body of the princess, as the general freely offers his heart to the fox if she will save the princess. Though she rejects his offer, she embraces the frozen body of the princess and gives back her skin, dying in the process. The two finally embrace and ride off into the mountains, planning their future together forever. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out when you do that. And of course, check out the other videos if you like watching recaps.